Yo, this is Teresa Weatherspoon, better known as Teaspoon, and you're watching Real Fans, Real Talk.
Live from the can. Vibe the can.
This is Real Fans, Real Talk. Real fans, real talk. We as real as you thought. Real fans.
What's going on? Welcome to another live edition of Real Fans, Real Talk. Got a special guest that's going to be rocking with us tonight. But we still got some things in the sports world that we need to get to really quick because a whole lot went down this week and a whole lot is about to go down next week as well. But before we get into all of that, let me introduce my co-host, my brother, Eric Sanchez, a.k.a. Legend in Two Games. What's going on?
It's really good, bro. You already know what's going on, man. We got NFL playoffs. NBA is heating up right now. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to get into. I know the questions going crazy, and we got a special guest that's going to be joining us. Let's get to it, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Big shout out to the whole Chrome 23 card. Cortez, fresh off of getting his last W at that Chrome 23 event. Shout out to Remy Ma. That's her battle rap event there. So big shout out to Remy. But yeah, Cortez gonna be rocking out with us in just a minute. I see y'all got questions for him in the chat as well. But we just wanted to knock out some of this NFL talk because it is the playoffs, and we still got to give our beloved football its just due, especially when the gang is here and we moving and grooving the way we was moving and grooving this past weekend. Especially with my guys, King Henry, Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stepped up with Zay Flowers out with the knee injury. But everybody stepped up. The defense looked incredible during this game. Shout out to the All-Pro cats on the defense. Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Hamilton, my guys. I'm looking forward to seeing Buffalo, man. What you got? What you got there, Eric? Who you taking this week? You got the Ravens or you got Buffalo?
It's going to be an amazing game. The Ravens won the first matchup and pretty much dominated Buffalo in the first one, but that was in Baltimore. This time they got to go up to Buffalo. So I expect it to be a close game, and I think the Ravens are the better team. So I've been going back and forth on this, and maybe as we get closer to game time, because it's only Monday, Trip. We got a couple of days in between. Nice. But right now, I think I am leaning a little bit more towards Baltimore. I think they just got the more complete team, and as you saw in their first matchup, Josh Allen just doesn't have the weapons if they fall behind, whereas Lamar has the weapons and they have a better balance. Also, I think one of the things that we got to pay attention to that came out of that Steelers game was there's been a lot of talk about Lamar in the playoffs and some of his struggles. And Coach Harbaugh pretty much said, F it, we playing big boy football. They had a possession where they ran the ball 13 straight times. Like they basically took the heart out of the Steelers' chest and said, we're going to show you we the bullies on the block and we're going to do what we want to do. And we ain't got to worry about whether Lamar can beat you with his arm because we know he can beat you with his legs, and we just going to show that on this whole drive. And 13 straight runs. I think Lamar had 12 carries in the first half alone. Obviously, King Henry wore them down in the second half and then broke off a touchdown run. So to me, they're just a little bit more of a complete team. But I think it's going to be an amazing game because Buffalo showed me a lot as well. And however you want to call it, Lamar, Josh, or Josh Lamar, these are the number one and number two guys for the MVP, and it's going to get settled on Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's so perfect. The fact that we haven't even gotten the official announcement for MVP yet going into this game, and then they get to go play each other. Even though obviously we know they're playing the defenses, respectively, but this is still a head-to-head matchup of the number one and number two candidate for MVP right now. Obviously, we don't know who's going to finish the season and get that award, but this is going to be a big game. I don't expect it to look like the last game. I expect it to be closer, but I do expect Baltimore to get the win and move on to the AFC Championship game. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what we saw the last time, just because we are playing in Buffalo. But I really like what the offensive coordinator has done this season, and it did actually take a little bit of time, I feel like, for them to get to their peak offensive performance, right? I think it took them a couple of weeks to get there, but I think they have the recipe now. That running game opens up the offense so much, and they're able to do so many different things that I saw Lamar do, not only with his feet, but scrambling into passes. And it's just like things like just open up for those guys because you have Derrick Henry, who is running for damn near 200 yards whenever you give him the football. It's like he can get you 200 yards. And so when you have that, and you have to kind of gear your defense towards stopping him, because if not, you see what he just did this past weekend, and that wasn't his first time doing something like that. So now you have, you have to look at Derrick Henry. That opens up the passing game, and Lamar. It's not even like there's I got this one guy who I'm going to every play. No, it's not like that. I'm just going to go to whoever's wide open because someone is going to be wide open because of that. And that's what we saw against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to this. Shout out to our boy Nestor over at the Hot Seat Podcast. He's a big Buffalo fan, so me and him been talking back and forth the last couple of weeks. So we're gonna see this weekend. Good brother.
Man. I think the game is going to be much closer. Adjustments will be made this time, and Buffalo will have that chip on their shoulder because they were embarrassed in that game in Baltimore earlier this season. So they definitely will come to play and to be ready and try to get the revenge. I would love for the NFL to announce it Friday who's the MVP, because the voting, as far as we know, is supposed to already be done by the end of the regular season. And if all-pro voting is any indication, Lamar is going to win an MVP, because the same people who vote on All-Pro vote on the MVP. And if they gave Lamar first-team quarterback and Josh second, that falls kind of in line where they feel who the better quarterback was this year. So Lamar probably is going to win an MVP. But if the NFL wants to build the storyline for this game, because this is the primetime game Sunday, it's the last game of the weekend. It's the 6 o'clock game with Tony Romo and with Jim Nantz, right? With the A squad calling the game in Buffalo. You know it's going to be cold. It's going to be playoff conditions. If I'm the NFL, I'm releasing the news on Friday. MVP is getting announced on Friday. And you guys do with that what you want come Sunday to settle it on the field. But Friday, we're going to announce who everybody voted for.
Big shout out to Tyson. He says, did Lamar silence his playoff doubters? No, did not. You don't silence your playoff doubters by winning in the wild card round in a home game. I mean, you don't silence your playoff doubters by winning the wild card period. That's not where that happens at. You want to silence your doubters, you got to not only go to a Super Bowl and win, especially when you're a 2-time MVP, possibly a 3-time MVP. That's how you silence your doubters. You go to the Super Bowl and you win, and you are named the Super Bowl MVP if you want to silence your doubters. And Eric, that's my guy. So you see, what time it is over here. But I'm telling you, you want to silence your doubters, you're going to win your Super Bowl this year.
You're 1,000% correct. Look back at the history of the game. Peyton Manning didn't silence his doubters until he won a Super Bowl. He was already a multiple-time MVP. Steve Young didn't silence his doubters until he won a Super Bowl. He was a multiple-time MVP. Brett Favre didn't silence his doubters. So over the last 30, 35, even if you want to go back 40 years, the top quarterbacks, John Elway didn't silence his doubters until he won his Super Bowl. Dan Marino never silenced his doubters because he got to one Super Bowl, and that always became the knock, right? Whenever people talk about the greatest quarterbacks, if you mention Marino, the first thing they say is, yeah, but he never won a Super Bowl. So Lamar right now in this era is one of the best football players in the league, not just quarterbacks, best players in the league. Yeah. If he wants to silence his doubters, at the very least, he's got to get to a Super Bowl, right? If he wins his third MVP, but they come up short, then it's like, all right, this is a great regular season player, but he can't get over the hump come playoff time. And that's what makes this game Sunday so big, because I think both of these quarterbacks are in this situation, Trip. Josh Allen has had a couple deep playoff runs. He's played in the AFC Championship game. He's lost in heartbreak fashion to Patrick Mahomes before, right? He's been on the cusp. He was supposed to be the guy 4 years ago that, like, he's supposed to be the Manning to Mahomes' Brady. And Josh Allen hasn't got over the hump. And now Lamar is in that territory now. The Ravens were the number 1 seed last year. They had the AFC Championship game at home and couldn't win. Lamar's been to the playoffs before. If you're a multiple-time MVP, I'm sorry. You have to go on the road and win a game. We talked about this last year. What did Mahomes do last year? He had to go on the road in Buffalo and win. He had to go to Baltimore and win. If you're Lamar, you have to go into Buffalo and win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're looking at Lamar's resume right now, right, him being a 2-time MVP, he's already kind of in a different category when we're talking about all-time greats, because having 2 MVPs pushes you to just a different echelon in the rankings. But now you got to go out and win. That's the bottom line. You have to go out and win your Super Bowl, and hopefully, I mean, I think that's what's gonna happen this year. But it starts with Buffalo this weekend. I think we got Cortez in the building right now. I'm gonna bring Cortez on in just 1 minute. I think he's still getting his camera situated. So let me just get this last quick question out the way. What did Josh Allen prove? I mean, I don't know if he proved much more of what he's already proven, that he's a very good quarterback that can win games in the playoffs, because he's done this before. You just mentioned he was in the AFC Championship game, but again, we don't put too much on wild card playoff wins, you know.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think Josh proved anything, and we talked about revenge. Obviously, Josh wants revenge for losing in Baltimore earlier this season. Remember that time the fellas took a trip down and we were down hanging out at the Inner Harbor. I mean, at the National Harbor.
mhm.
Buffalo beat Baltimore that year, so Lamar would like to get his get back from a playoff loss. And if you're Josh Allen, the only thing left to prove is get to a Super Bowl, because the only guys that have beaten Josh Allen in the playoffs are Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, right?
Yeah.
Which are the last four representatives of the AFC in the Super Bowl. So Josh Allen winning wild card weekend, it was cool. I thought that they fell behind early and then they had to respond, and he showed what he could do, which was cool. Like Denver came to play, and then Buffalo showed them, nah, y'all not on this level. It's different. But this is the week, Tyson, to hold that question right now. This is the week. The winner of this, to me, proves something. Whoever wins this game, Buffalo, Baltimore, that's proving something.
Exactly. All right. Let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend. It's been a while since you've been on the show, cause like, what's up? You're supposed to be like the special guest, recurring host that always comes back. We haven't had you on in a minute, but I know you've been busy. You just finished collecting another tombstone for your collection at the Chrome 23 event. Cortez, welcome back to Real Fans Real Talk. What's going on, man?
What's goody, my guys, man? Happy New Year.
Likewise, my
I
brother.
mean, New Year, new blessings, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
That's a fact, man.
How you feeling, Court?
Oh man, like, you know, I'm back outside, man. You know what I mean? I how do I say this? Like, I just got my mind right. You know what I'm saying? Got my focus up. You know what I mean? Just been working on me, getting my mental right, getting my physical right. You know what I mean? I just feel like I've been plotting to really come back outside in 2025 the right way on all aspects. And you know what I mean? I set off the year right. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Remy, shout out to Easy. The whole Chrome event was crazy. You know, I think Sugar Easy is out right now on YouTube. So
I think it just dropped yesterday or today, right?
Yesterday, last night. So
dropped.
you know, it's moving. You know what I mean? And like I say, man, you know, I'm blessed to be a part of those conversations in the mix with a lot of things. So, you know, I'm happy right now. Really, really happy right now. Really focused.
Now, in the app world, are you excited that because you know this battle is going to YouTube?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas there's a lot of battles that a lot of people have skipped over because they're only app
on the
on
URL app. Yeah.
So how is that? You know what I'm saying? You know, you're back on YouTube to start 2025.
I mean, like I say, you know, new year, new beginnings, new ventures, you know. Again, I feel like maybe over the span of my career, I might have taken certain things for granted, like certain opportunities, certain looks, you know, things like that. Like I feel like I just overlooked it. But you know, me taking this time off and coming back, I'm looking at certain things and I'm appreciating a lot more that I'm one of those guys that I could always pull back up and get lit or get in the mix and make certain phone calls and get on the right situations, get on the right calls, get the right looks. So I'm taking this opportunity with Chrome and you know what I mean, realizing like, yo, I'm on a big card. You know, I gave a dope up and comer a shot that was technically the rookie of the year in battle rap. We put on an amazing show and I showed people that I still got it, you know, and it's a blessing, you know. So I look at it from the wider scale, the larger scale, you know what I mean? And I'm motivated, bro. I'm motivated more than ever right now. Like it might really get scary for a lot of people on all facets, music, battles. Like I just starting to feel that confidence, that swag again. Like, yo, I'm really him. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm gonna be that humble this year the way I usually am.
That's good for you then, bro. How do you
Mm-hmm.
balance, like you mentioned, facing an up and comer, facing somebody who maybe doesn't have the same stature in the game that you do? How do you balance that now in your career? Because your name holds a lot of weight and it comes with a large bag attached to it. Do you just jump out there with anybody who's willing to get in the ring with you, or do you feel like, nah, we got to be selective on some of these opponents?
Sometimes I've done that where I just like, yo, you got the bread. It is what it is. Um, I feel like right now where I'm at though, like I'm comfortable to the point where like I don't feel like I gotta prove anything to anybody. I feel like anybody that's trying to book me or trying to get in a situation with me, they fully understand that when they step in the ring with me, they step in the ring with a legend, with a killer, with someone that is not to be played with. So I feel like now it's just about being selective. I don't really want to like just battle to battle. Like I'm at the point now where it's like, all right, what am I gonna gain from this besides monetary reasons? So King is dope though. King is really dope though. Like I was wilding in the battle and he was fighting back. Like I will say that. I was wilding though. I was on 10. I wasn't on 8. I wasn't on 9. I was on 10. Like people talking about this performance like vintage Cortez, like skinny 180-pound Cortez. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like so, for him to handle that pressure and not fold, I gotta give props to him because a lot of people would have folded, if I'd have put that pressure on him.
No, that's what's up. Now I got all right. I gotta ask you this, Core, because you was at the event, and Core's one of the people who, if
He
I
gonna be
ask
messy
him,
right now, right? He gonna be messy right now, right?
I was not out, No, I was gonna say if I ask you who you think won the battle, you're one of the people that'll really be honest and be like, nah, I think such and such won the battle.
I,
Did you
I
did you
did.
get did you get
Go
to
ahead.
see Easy and Suge?
Yeah. I was there front row, like like where the cameraman was. I was right next
Yeah.
to him, so I was there, like listening.
In the
You
in the
know.
building, who did you have?
Okay, I did a recap, and in the building I had Shook 2-1.
Okay.
Actually gave Easy the third. I watched the battle again today on YouTube. I still have the battle 2-1. Um, I do feel like the second round now was a lot closer than it
Mm.
was. I still got Shook 2-1, but I feel like the second round it could be debated. For me personally, I just like Suge's energy and the delivery and the presence that he brung throughout the entire battle, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's what kind of that makes a big difference. That counts up for a lot of points in a battle. Easy was away though. You know what I mean? So Easy
Right.
still has some fire. He still has some fire. I just think Easy needs to like embrace this villain thing. Like, yo, bro, if you're gonna be the villain, embrace it. Embrace it.
I
That's
mean, it
You
that's a
know
worked
what
for
I'm
great
Surf.
saying?
that's a
It
great
worked
point
for
though, because
Surf.
his first round, obviously, without saying the name, you know who he's getting at when he does the alphabet,
Yeah.
and then he incorporates Rem into the verse. So do you feel he's starting to embrace it a little bit?
I feel like he could just embrace it more and he's gotta do more counter writing. Like, yo, bro, you know what they're gonna talk about.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
For
He
the
Because
next
had
people are
5
paying you.
rounds.
lines
You you
though.
know
He
you
had
you
lines
people.
though. When he said some shit like he was like, y'all niggas, he said some shit like y'all niggas must think I'm stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all all hating on me. Y'all must think I'm stupid. From now on, I'm only going on drills with Rem. At least I know she really shoots shit. Like that's
And it went crazy.
fire.
Yeah.
Like you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like those lines, like bro, he could have just had a couple of them, like line them up, like so when the nigga come, you know what I'm saying for her and you, like you could be like, yeah, bro. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready for it. That's all. The drug talk, the street talk, all that shit is lit. But
Yeah.
like address the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? And eventually it's gonna get tiring. We know that. Eventually it's gonna be like, bro, okay, Remy, yeah, all right, cool. You gotta embrace it. You gotta.
Yeah.
Niggas
I
ain't
mean,
gotta. You
as
gotta
much as shit, because
embrace it. You know
the
what I'm
Brooklyn,
saying?
because
Like,
I'm so Brooklyn. I'm like, damn. You know, this is Pat and Rim. But if we're just talking about like how we viewed like situations like this, if we remove
What, Black
it
Love?
being
How you view
no,
Black
not Black
Love?
Love. I'm saying if we remove it being Pat and Rim, and it's just like, all right, he just took one of the baddest joints from somebody. Nobody would look at that as a negative thing, but because of the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that's involved in
It's
it, we look at it differently.
it's super corny that niggas is salty.
Like
Like
that's what I'm
y'all,
saying. Like when
like
did
like
that become?
like that's corny. You know what I'm saying? It's super corny if you salty that he pulled up. You know what I mean? Now what's going on between him and Pap and her and all that? That's between them.
That's a fact.
Yes,
That's between them at the
but
end of
because
the
it's
day.
battle rap, it's between all of us now.
No, yeah. I mean, they fully
Well, that
understand
and
that.
the blog, the blogs putting everything out
Yeah.
made it
But you
public
know what?
business.
Remy's lived a whole life on camera, so I'm pretty sure she fully understands that.
Mm-hmm.
She fully knew that if this came out, this was consequences of it. It's
Yeah.
cool. You're booking the talent though. So you're booking the talent, you're eating off of it at the end of the day. How about you just incorporate all that? Like, yeah, nigga, you're getting paid. I'm getting paid for you to talk shit about me. You know what I'm saying? Like use it to your advantage. Embrace this. And that's what
Hmm.
I'm saying. Like, yo, bro, there's so much to talk about that. All right, cool. Pat put all this stuff out weeks prior to the battle. You knew once Pat and her had that back and forth, this was gonna be a topic in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Since it's gonna be a topic, we gonna give them the real. Cause that's what I would have did. I'd have been like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna have to let this whole clip go. And nobody gonna talk shit no more after this. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have
She
that
did. She did.
conversation.
Have the shout out though, where he was like, she said you love me or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like,
So
yes. But even that, like, is how he said it. He said, "Don't you love me?" Like, don't
Well,
say it
that's the
like that,
core's point.
bro.
Like he still hasn't fully embraced it. He's kind of like tiptoeing
yeah,
into it, as opposed to just
But
like,
that's how
nah,
it comes off.
yeah.
See you saying that, and that's how it comes off. Isn't the picture that I think he
Mhm.
wanted to paint? You know what I'm saying? Well, off camera, Easy's mad cool. Easy's mad confident, cocky, funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, bro, just you know what I'm saying? Just be sturdy with it, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I always sat at the cool table. You know what I mean? So, you know, females and all that stuff. I fully understand how you need to handle them, you know what I mean, and approach certain things. So, kudos to him though. You know what I mean? It was still a dope ass battle, whether it was him 2-1, Suge 2-1, Suge the
Good
battle's
battle.
fire. You know what I'm
Hands
saying? The whole
on.
event was fire. So, again, shout out to him and Remy.
Let me throw one of these fan questions up here. Who's this? Ray says, "Hey Cortez, always wondered can battle rappers make great songs?" I'm glad you asked that question because Cortez was back outside,
Hmm.
and I was gonna ask you, since you're saying that, does that mean you dropping a project this year?
Yeah, I got 2 projects damn near done. 2 albums
Okay.
damn near done. Ray, I'm not sure if you know, but like I really, really, really get busy. I just dropped a freestyle today. I did a collab with Jordan Craig, the clothing brand. I gave a snippet off the album. It's called Ghetto Melody. Check that out on my gram. Um, you know, uh Download the albums, Resolutions 2, Filthy Karma. I got a lot of dope content out, dope material out, Ray. So you should definitely check that out. Hit my YouTube up. I got the videos out. I got a lot of shit, especially music wise. Like a lot of people know. I even got a show on the 25th out here in the Bronx. So, I'm always working when it comes to the music. So tap in for sure.
Now, Cole, I asked you this years ago when we sat down, but because we have some in front of some new viewers and supporters, I want to ask you again: how tough is it to break that stigma and get away from the pigeonhole? Because as you see Ray's question, people assume because you're a battle rapper, that's all you do. How tough is
Mhm.
it to break that stigma?
Um, I think even at the time that you asked me, it was more difficult. I felt like for me, I can only speak for me, bro. I'm nice. I'm not gonna be holding it back, bro. When I get in the booth, I really get busy. Like you feel me? Like I really get busy with the music. So I felt like yeah, it was a stigma, but as soon as you hear how I rap, like yeah, he could go. You feel me? It's just one of those things where you could just listen to somebody and be like, nah, son know what he doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't. I can't speak for other dudes. I think it was difficult, but the minute I started really locking in and putting out projects and really recording, like I just feel like my elevation just went past the rest of the battle rappers. I feel like battle rappers apply themselves. They get stuck in battling and the loop of just battling, and it's like, all right, what else is there?
Yeah.
And for me, I always sharpen my pen, you know what I mean, in the booth as well as like in the battle circuit. So, I just feel like I'm blessed enough to again work things that people take for granted, opportunities to work with artists, features, studio time. Like I'm always in the mix, you know what I mean? And it's a career for me, you know what I mean? So it's a blessing, it really is.
Who's producing on? You say you
Um
got two projects.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple producers. I've been working with a lot of guys. My man Jay Glaze, my man Dr. Bloom, you know, my man Neil and Mike Javaza. Like I've been working with this group of producers, engineers. We've been making music from scratch, like creating beats, like playing instruments. I've been doing things a little different this time. Like I wanted a more musical grown approach. Everyone knows I could rap about the block and selling packs and parties and all that, but like I wanted to like change my content a little bit to more grown up, giving game type of music, you know what I mean? And just really with the situations that have been surrounding me, just speaking my pain, speaking my truths. So this is like a new space for me musically, and it's super exciting. Like I'm super hyped. Word.
That's dope. You sound like reinvigorated with the music. You sound like you
I
can't wait.
am.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah, I
I think
Oh, the
we.
connection.
All right.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get called
We'll
back in a
get called
second.
back in, man. We was
'Cause
rolling right there too.
yeah, I was about to start getting into all the fan questions. Um, but he'll check back in a second. Y'all know how the internet be sometimes. Internet be messing up. All right, we in the groove right there. But don't worry, we're gonna get called back on the stream in just a minute. In the meantime, though, NFC, we might as well get one of these NFC games out the way. Oh, here come Paul right here. All right, hold up. Let's get called back on the set. All right. I
got
bet.
it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So you know what? Let me go. I'm gonna go to this next fan question up here. Oh, this is a sports and question here for you.
NBA players.
Cortez, top 5 NBA players ever. Who's your GOAT? Let me say this too. This is shout out to Brandon Chambers. This is actually a good time for Core to be on the show because the last couple of times he was on the show, the niggas like really
Well, we
sucked.
playing right now. You messing it
So,
up right now.
that's
We
what
playing
I
the Pistons
said.
right now. I was ready to watch the game. I said, "Damn, come on, Trip."
This show, but I wanted you to have a chance to talk about it before the Knicks start losing again. You got a chance
Nah, yeah,
to come on the
start
No,
show.
hold
losing.
on. Don't be taking no jabs now. See, Corey, he's showing out because you here. He been loving everything the Knicks been doing for about 2 years now. Now he want to throw jabs.
Of
Yo,
course, yeah, I
son,
got you.
we a problem. We just got to get this bench situated. We a
That's a
problem.
fact.
You know
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
don't have the
saying?
depth they
I
had.
honestly think we can really play with the best of them. I just feel like we're getting tired. Of course, like they're really getting run down early. You know what I mean? And I feel like I don't want it
Yeah,
to repeat what happened last year. I think last year we could have gave Boston a run for their money with a healthy squad. But this year I feel like we're real scary. I just think we really have to figure out what we're gonna do with the bench. And I feel
yeah,
like the second apron is really hindering us from
Mm-hmm.
making some key decisions. I feel like the
yeah,
guard work, we're perfect with the guards. I wish we could have kept Devo, of course, but it is what it is. But as far as we need a scorer. I don't know if we need to call TJ Warren up from the G League and see if he could get it. Cause it'd be crazy, man. Dudes be dropping 30 in the G League, then they come to the NBA and they ain't got it no more. You
They
know what I
just
mean?
don't get the
So
same opportunities though.
yeah,
The
yeah.
G,
well, whoever
he
comes
get
up,
yeah.
whoever's on the Knicks bench needs to get the opportunities. Like
Mm-hmm.
we need some scoring. We got the
Yeah.
highest offensive rating for starters and the lowest offensive rating for the bench in the league. That's a
Yeah.
big contrast. It's not like we're number 20 with our
Mm-hmm.
bench, but number one in starters. No, we're number 1 with starters and last with our bench. That's a
Yeah,
big problem. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Our bench only averages like 10 points a
Yeah.
game or some shit, like some
No,
wild shit.
you're right. They got to get healthy. I mean, Mitch hasn't played yet. McBride has been in and out the lineup, so you need him to get healthy. I think
I
the
mean,
Knicks,
we got to start playing Landry too. We got to start
Landry Shamet, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to start playing him. I know he's just getting back in the mix, but we got to get him in the mix. We got to get some offense going with them. You know what I mean? I don't like that they keep trying to put Achua in trade talks. I like Achua. I actually like Achua. I just understand that his contract might be the one to move the chess pieces around. You
So
know what I
especially if
mean?
you want
But
to
we
score and
got to
come
get
up with the
Sims.
shoot, you're
Get
probably gonna have
Sims out of here, bro.
Sims doesn't have much value, and he's on that second round pick contract, so it's tough
yeah.
to only move him. You would
I
have to
know
include somebody
I
else.
know once Tibbs said, "Oh yeah, he has the best defensive rating in the paint." I said, "Yeah, they trying to sell him. They trying to sell him to move him." People like, "Word, word, he really is." Looking up
Facts.
the analytics, like, "Nah, bro, he's dirt. Get
Yeah,
him out
nah.
of here."
But
You
you
know what
brought
I
up a
mean?
great point about the second apron, because I think what the Knicks are going to try to do is wait till you get closer to the deadline, and then even after the deadline, when you get some buyout guys,
A
you try to
buyout
get
guy,
somebody,
buyout
try to get
like
somebody on
who?
cheap. Well, if we're talking close to the deadline, Jordan Clarkson's going to be one of the big names that's available.
You know, I was big on Jordan until he played the Knicks. When I seen
Yeah,
that game where he played, he
yeah.
looked crazy
We
against us. I
were
was like, yo, he looked bad.
we were in
But
on Finney Smith as well, but the Lakers made that trade already. The
Yeah,
Lakers when they
yeah,
got him, but Finney Smith would have been somebody who would have been perfect for us. And I agree with
yeah,
you.
but
We
I
need a
think we need
guard.
somebody. I think we need some because I like what's the lefty to back up?
Oh, you talking about campaign?
I like Cam. Cam is good. He be pushing the rock. I just feel like if he's lit, no one else on the bench is scoring. If McBride is lit, no one else. It's like there's no way that all of them get involved. That's the thing
yeah,
that be bugging me out. You know what I mean? I think Mitch is definitely gonna bring some defense to
Hmm.
the squad, which we need. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm not really care if they rush him back. Like let him play the last 2 months, get his wind up, and be ready for the playoffs. And I'm
Hmm.
fine with
mhm,
that. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of teams won't know the defensive schemes against us to stop him with Cat with you know what I mean with Achua and stuff like that because he's that much of a problem, you
Hmm.
know. But I just feel like we need offense because there's a lot of times where Brunson just looks tired, and then when
yeah,
he's tired and he's run down, like there's nobody to invigorate the offense. Like Cat can't start the offense. He could be in the
yeah.
middle of the flow and then initiate, but like we need people to initiate and we need somebody that could break down on the wing. You know what I mean? Like somebody like Clarkson would be good, but he just make a lot of
Schroeder
stupid
actually
mistakes
might have been
sometimes.
good for you guys to come off the bench.
Shooter ain't initiating it though. Like Shooter
He can
don't
Yeah,
get
push
to
the
the
rock.
basket.
he
Like
no
I mean,
I
he's gonna
don't.
shoot it himself though.
he can initiate. The problem is he's another high usage guy. Like he looks good when
Yeah,
you
We need
give
a
him
high
25.
flyer, bro. We need
Nah, but when you
somebody
give
like how like we need like another DiVincenzo and we need like another like Toppin like a or quickly like
yeah.
somebody that as soon as they come in the game.
Energy guy.
yeah, I would love for us to go get another wing and move Hart to the bench because
Nah, I would never move hard to the bench.
nah,
Don't do
I
that.
think
You can't
nah.
do that to
You
him,
talking
bro. You
about
can't
energy?
do.
You talk
He
yeah, but
initiate. Yeah,
you
but Hart deserves it, bro.
no,
Oh,
no,
yo,
hold on,
he
hold on.
puts in pain.
Right, but just because he going to the bench don't mean he don't close out the game with your starters. He could still be one of your guys that close out the game. But I'm saying to
Yeah, but I
start the
wouldn't do
game,
that to him. I wouldn't do
I
that
just
to
like
him.
his energy off the bench better because I think too often right now, guys say like you said because he's such an initiator, he pushes tempo, brings energy. There's times that Bridges takes a back seat because it's like oh Hart doing it. There's times that OG kind of gets passive because like oh Hart is kind of playing that third guy.
Yeah, but
I would
he
like Hart to
shouldn't
come
take
off the
the L for
bench.
that. He shouldn't take the L
No,
for that.
that's not him taking
You
the
know what I
L.
mean?
That's
OG got to
balancing your
take.
team
Oh,
out.
OG got to take some accountability because
Of
he
course.
added the extra 5 mil on that contract,
And
played
OG
hardball at the last minute, and
Yeah.
that fucked up negotiations for us to go get some players.
OG
So
OG's
you
too up
know
and
he
down. He's
gotta,
inconsistent.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the way he started the season, amazing. You know what I'm saying? So
He's lucky
you
that
know he's
y'all are
got
in
to
third.
conserve his energy, huh?
He's lucky that y'all are in third because for that extra money, the Knicks can't finish lower than third if you ask for that extra money because, like you said, they could have got another piece if they didn't have to pay him that much.
Hmm.
So the Knicks better not go lower than third.
I don't think we're gonna go lower than third. I think we
I
own
don't either.
Milwaukee.
But
I think we own Milwaukee. I think Philly.
especially
I
at
don't
fourth.
understand
Philly's
Philly.
done.
Like
Philly's
Philly
done.
is done. I think
Yeah, they're gonna have
Embiid.
to
I
break
think
that up.
Embiid might be done. Like I think
Yeah.
I think Embiid. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot going on there that people just don't know. Which is scary. You know what I'm saying? It really scary because like he shouldn't be. I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
with Embiid. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
don't
it's
think he
probably
does. I think he
frustrating to
wants to
him.
leave. I think he wants out of Philly, but he's not saying he wants out of Philly because he
Yeah,
don't
but I
want to
don't
look
think
like
nobody's gonna throw him the bag now
a
because
bad
everyone's
guy.
scared.
Nah,
Niggas is like, yo, what's really going on with
he's
you?
broken down. He's too broken
Yeah.
down at this point. He hasn't gotten to a full
Does he
season in
have
at
a
least 6
4-year
years.
contract in him?
Yeah,
Huh?
Does he have a 4-year contract in him? I don't know. I don't know if
I would give him a 2 year. I mean, he's worked the numbers to give him 2 years and bet on him and get him a new medical staff or whatever team picks him up.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? I
What
was thinking we
4-year
could get
deal is
Okafor.
crazy.
I was thinking we should take a chance on Jaleel Okafor in the G League because he's a big man that can score. Like, and then he's somebody that we don't gotta throw a bag at and still try to get someone to initiate offense off the bench like a scorer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was really thinking about Jaleel Okafor because I was like, yo, we need a
For the
big man
minimum,
that's
he might
young
not be
that maybe
bad.
we
Yeah.
could give a second chance to. Huh?
I said, yeah, because you going to probably want to pay him the minimum, so you might as well.
yeah, it would be a
They're going to
minimum
need another
guy.
big man for the playoffs
Exactly.
because
Like
you
because
can't
then you
trust
could
Mitchell
have a
But
Robinson.
Chua, you have a Chua backing
mhm.
up. You have a Chua backing up Cat, right?
Yeah.
A Chua backing up Cat and then and OG. And then you still have Okafor off the bench and Mitch off the bench to initiate offense and defense behind Cat. You know,
It'll be tough. Yeah, it'll be tough to find the minutes though because they
it'll
like
be
what they're
good,
playing
but
now with the one big and it's spread out.
no, it's fine. What I'm saying is though, we're gonna have the bodies because last year
Yeah.
what was helping us, or even the year before, what was helping us was we had Mitch, we had Hartenstein, then we had Sims. Last year we had Mitch, we had Hartenstein, and we had Achua. So even when Mitch went out, it was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? I think Okafor, that's a bum contract. Let's see what you could do. I think he really can score in the league. He's proven he could score and he's
Yeah.
young. You know what I'm saying? So if we would do the same thing we did for Hartenstein, give a young guy opportunity, give him some minutes to see what he do with it. And if it don't work, pack him up. It don't hurt. And then we could still find somebody contract wise that come in there, maybe a wing or a two that really can score. You know what I'm saying? But we got to do something with the bench. You
Now
know.
we need a
Now
guy off the bench. I would love for us to go get a wing off the bench. That's what I
I
think we
just don't
need.
know who's there. I hear people saying, yeah, I keep hearing
I think
Jordan
Levert is
Clarkson.
available.
Who?
Karis Levert. He's playing for the Nets. He's in Cleveland right now.
Nah. Cleveland ain't moving on
Cleveland
from
not
him.
giving us nobody.
Yeah,
That would be dumb. Cleveland's not gonna give us
yeah.
nobody.
It's gonna have to be a team like a Utah. It's gonna have to be a bottom feeder who's willing to get rid of a guy and either get picks back or find some sort of like salary
We don't
dump,
really got
which
picks though.
we don't really have picks and we don't have the money to take on a salary dump. That's why I think we're going to be in a position where we're going to look for a veteran who gets waived and try to get him on a cheap to bring him
But
over.
you think Clarkson gonna get waived?
I think if they don't figure out a trade before the deadline, then Danny Ainge is going to try to figure out some sort of buyout. He's going to try to get him off the books.
Danny Ainge be trying to rape.
And that's the thing. Danny Ainge is going to look for a big move. He's going to look for draft picks in return. I don't know if he's going to get the picks he wants. Now,
Yeah,
if the
so
Knicks
might
could
not
get
look
creative, Knicks could get creative and maybe find a third team to get involved. But then the Knicks are going to have to sacrifice somebody, and it might be McBride.
Nah, because you know what, Danny Ainge always
You
tries
think
to make the Knicks pay, bro. You can't even do business with him, son.
yo, and the thing is, like what's the center that we wanted from them? The white boy that we was looking at the center
Laurie
from.
Markkinen.
Marketing.
Lloyd Marketing though would be fire, but no, that's not the Knicks initially was interested in him for Russell, which I would have felt like that would have been a great trade. But no, we was trying to sign that other big man. This white boy. Damn, what's his name?
Oh, you talking about when Mitch went out, they got the backup big that we was like flirting with the idea of trading for him before we made the
Yeah,
cap move.
and they was talking about that for Chua, but I look at it like, no, we can't trade a big man for a big man. We need a big man. I feel like we could have kept DiVincenzo and traded McBride, but for some reason, because McBride is on a cheaper contract,
Mhm.
we gave DiVincenzo away instead of McBride. I would have gave McBride away over Devo. You know what I'm saying? McBride did good last year, but to me, he's not like moving the needle this year where it's like we need to hold on to him.
No, I
You know what I'm
agree. I
saying?
would have loved to keep Devo, and I would have been willing to do McBride, but I don't think Minnesota wanted Devo in that deal. And really, that deal is for Devo because Randall's not going to be there long term. That move was specifically for
Do you
Devo.
think DiVincenzo is
Yeah.
gonna come back eventually though? I have a feeling like he's gonna somehow, some way
If
spin
he
the
put his
block with
pride
us.
to the side, because I know his feelings was hurt.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
feelings
but
are hurt,
I don't think it be. But then the
but
last game, he said, "I still watch them. I still
but
check them in
I
the
don't know.
standings."
I think he would come back, but I
He
don't think
was
it's going to be
eating
this
us
year.
up, bro.
I don't
Don't
think it'll
hate.
be
He was
this year.
eating us up, bro. No, we can't. We can't do it this year.
Yeah,
We can't. It's
maybe in the
contract.
off season,
Yeah.
But right now, that move for Minnesota was purely to get the shooting of DiVincenzo. Randall
It
made the
backfired
salaries work.
so much on 18.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
trade
Randall made the
backfired
salary
on
work, but they
18.
don't want Randall.
They're gonna fuck around and lose Ant-Man because of that trade. Because he looking at it like, yo, y'all making these decisions. Y'all don't care about what I think.
Exactly.
I'm out of
Yeah.
here.
He's gonna be out of there first thing moving. Shout out to Pool. We see you in the comments. We're gonna get to you to
Yo,
that
Chambers.
question.
Oh, all right, hold on. My top 5 NBA players, because he had to listen to this Knicks rant right now. Jordan, Curry, Melo, Kobe. I really go with players that I watched, even though I know that they was greats. But I'm gonna go with that 4, Shaq, 5, and my goat is MJ. My goat is MJ. I saw MJ playing. That's the goat. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
to be clear, this is your personal top 5. You're not ranking top 5 all the time. You're saying this is your personal top 5.
that's my top 5. Yeah, like people's gonna say LeBron and they're gonna say
No, but if it's your
Kareem or they're
personal, then
gonna
it's your personal.
Right,
Now,
that's
are
what I'm
you
saying. It's your
saying these
personal.
are the 5 greatest players of all time, or this is
Yeah,
your
I feel like
personal
those are
top
my
5?
5. Yeah, I feel like those are the 5 greatest of all time. Like, like, like I could sit there and say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but I never really got to see him play like his dominance when he was with the Bucks. I never saw Wilt Chamberlain. I never saw Jerry West. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
I
that's
know that
fair.
they're great. You hear what people say about them, but it ain't like I'm watching hardwood classics. Like, you know what I'm saying, on
Nah, all
NBA
right.
TV.
But
Now, did you see LeBron play and
I
say
was
this man is not one of the 5 greatest players of all time, or are you letting your hateration of LeBron remove him
Nah,
from the
it's not
top
hate.
5?
I think LeBron is in the top 10. I just don't think he's top 5. I think there's a period where LeBron really was showing his GOAT status. And I think it was his Miami and his stint with his second stint with the Cavs. Where I feel
Mhm.
like he really showed who he was. I just feel like those first 7 years in the league where we saw him mature and grow into the player that he was, and you've seen a lot of the mistakes, you've seen a lot of this, the shortcomings that like hurt him. You know what I mean? Him in the finals with Dallas. Um, but then people gonna go back and say, yeah, but did you see when he went against Detroit, the champions, and he scored 28 straight points on them? So it was always there, but the efficiency, like it was always inconsistent until he got to Miami. So, for me, he's 6 through 10. He might be like 7.
so. But
It's
how do you?
not
But how?
1.
Hold on.
It's
No,
not
no,
That's
1.
no,
crazy.
no.
Don't
Listen.
disrespect. And I feel like in
But how
his
do you?
era in the league, Kobe was better than him when he was in the league. I feel like Steph Curry was better than him at a point, more dominant
But
than
how do you
him.
justify Melo? We put Melo ahead of him then.
No, my personal 5
That's
is
what.
it's
That's what we were
because
asking
Okay,
you.
yeah, that's what we're
Yeah, that's what
saying
we was
was the
asking you.
difference.
do
Is
I
this your
put Melo
personal?
ahead of LeBron like in the overall rank? No. No,
Oh
I
no,
don't.
no.
Okay,
That's what I was asking.
yeah.
This is your personal top 5, not you ranking who you
Yeah.
think are the top 5 all time.
Yeah, yeah. Now, if I say who I think is the top 5 all time, then I'm gonna put Jordan. I'm gonna put Kobe. I'm gonna put Kareem. I'm gonna put Magic and Curry. I do think Curry's top 5 though. I'll be honest with you. I think Curry's top. I think he changed the game. He really really changed the game, which was like kind of hard to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he at his peak was just something crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's my top five. I feel like Curry is the best point guard of all time now. I feel like Jordan's the best two guard of all time. Um, I feel like Kareem is the best center of all time. Who else I said was in there? Kobe. I feel like Kobe is the second best two guard of all time behind Jordan, but Kobe is Kobe, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then who else? I said one more person. Who else I said?
You said Shaq.
Shaq was in my five.
You know,
I don't
that's
think I
a
put
Oh
Shaq.
yeah.
Right. Curry, Kobe, MJ,
Magic and Kareem.
Kareem, and I say Magic. I feel like all right, Curry and Magic, top two point guards. Jordan and Kobe, top two shooting guards. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Kareem. You know what I mean? You got Kareem there, like undeniable. Behind Kareem, I put Elijah one. And then I put
You put
LeBron.
Elijah on the head of Shaq.
Shaq was more dominant. Elijah one was better, but Shaq was more dominant. You know what I'm saying? That's a hard. That's a toss up. You
I agree
know.
with that. I agree with that. I think Hakeem was better, but Shaq was more dominant.
Yeah. Do
Yep.
you feel? Do you feel? Let me ask you this. Do you feel? Do you feel like Kevin Durant, right? Do you consider him a three or a two?
He's a 3.
A 3.
He's a three, but he's just an anomaly, right? Because he's 7 foot tall, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But do you feel like he's surpassed Bird? Because I see him in a lot of top tens. I see him in a lot of top 10 convos now too, and
KD's
I'll be
not
like,
there. KD's not in
he
the
doesn't have
top
the
10.
resume to be ahead of Bird.
do you feel
Now,
like
if you're just talking about if we're just like they was on the court playing the game with 1-on-1, who I think would win, I don't know. That's kind of tough too because 1-on-1, either one of them dudes could win that. But I still got to go with Larry because
the rings?
The resume. The totality of the resume.
Yeah,
He got more regular season MVPs than KD as well. Like you got it, you know, he got more trips to the finals.
College, everything. Like
that's why it's tough when you
over
debate the greatest. You got to debate the totality of the resume. It just can't be on skill because, like, you're right in terms of skill. Durant is more skilled. Durant is probably a top 5 all-time skill guy.
See, this is where I have my issue with LeBron. This is why I was leading up to. This is why I have my issue with LeBron. I don't feel like LeBron is the killer, right? I don't feel like he's a killer. I feel like he's more mental, right? Which is a great thing, right? He's more Magic than he is Jordan and Kobe, right? But Magic had a killer instinct about him. Bird had a killer instinct about him. And then I feel like Curry was the better shooter, and I feel like Durant was the better scorer. So it's like LeBron, like even in your era, you wasn't flat out the guy. Like he was never flat out the guy. It was always I got Curry on the other side of the court, or damn, Durant is on the other side of the court. And
I
that
completely
to
understand
me is
that argument.
telling.
No, I completely understand that argument because I've said that to Trip before too, that the Jordan era was the Jordan era.
Flat out. Elijah one, you're good, but I'm back.
But
you know what I'm saying?
LeBron
Barkley,
era,
you're good, but I'm here.
The
Ewing,
LeBron
you're
era
good,
has been
but I'm
shared.
here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that to me is crazy. Like, oh yeah, Larry Bird. Oh right, yeah, y'all gonna win the chip this year. I'm still gonna drop 63 on you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Magic. I'm gonna get my first chip, knocking you off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Clyde Drexler, get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like Sean Kemp, Gary Payton. Oh, this who y'all think these the new guys? Get them out of here. You know what I mean? Karl Malone, John Stockton, y'all been here forever. Y'all still ain't win? Sorry, y'all ain't gonna win against me. You know what I mean? Like Braun ain't never do that. You know what I'm saying? Braun ain't never do nothing like that. Braun was like, here, Duncan, sweep us. Here, take these rings. Here, Dirk. You deserve it, Dirk. Here, you take the ring. You know what I'm saying?
I listen, I understand that. But you still, when you debate the totality of the resume, it's very difficult to keep Braun out of any top 5 conversation.
Top 5? All right, so he's in both y'all top 5.
Well, this is one of the things that Trip and I
he's
did
in the
recently.
top 10. We all agree he's in the top 10.
One of the things, this is how I changed. For me, I changed the debate. because I agree with you as well in terms of.
Do we change debates for Jordan?
No, hold on. Listen, we don't have to change the debate for Jordan.
Debates for
no,
Jordan?
But listen, what I'm saying to you, Cole, hold on. I 1000% agree with you that it's very difficult to rank the guys that we never saw play because you don't understand the impact that they had. So what Trip and I did was, instead of saying who's the top 5, give me your starting 5. Basically, who's the best at every position. To me, LeBron is the best small forward to ever play the game.
Okay.
Now, to me, Mike is the greatest player of all time. So when I say to keep Bron out of the top 5, it's very difficult to keep him out of the top 5 because he's the best at his position already. Then when you throw in the totality of the resume, to me, that makes him top 5.
Okay, so who's your starting 5 all time? Which means each position.
Kareem.
Point guard.
Oh, point guard is still Magic.
Shooting guard.
Mike.
MJ. Small forward, LeBron.
Bron.
Power forward.
Tim Duncan.
Center.
Kareem.
You Trip.
You said Magic, MJ, Braun, Duncan, and Kareem.
So it's the same for y'all.
Yeah, because I said, we ranked it based off the position. So if we go on by position, I don't think you could find somebody. You could debate, like, again, if you feel Curry's better than Magic, then you might have him in that spot. But to me, Magic is still the greatest point guard. To me, Steph isn't a pure point guard. He's a scoring guard. What Magic was able to do, controlling the game, and then when Magic wanted to drop 30 on you, he could drop 30 on you, and that was scoring 2s. That wasn't shooting 3s.
Yeah. I think they both changed the game a certain way because Magic was a big point guard. Magic was a big point guard, and he changed the dynamic of how a point guard would be. You know what I'm saying? The starting 5 for me, I would put Curry over Magic. I just like Curry's game a little bit better, but it's definitely a toss up. They're 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? As far as point guards, it's the same thing with Jordan and Kobe. Like Jordan is A1, Kobe's A2. You know what I mean? But then when it comes to the power forwards, I would put LeBron there. I would. To me, I still feel like he I don't know, man. I feel like if he could win a chip at this age, like if he secured one more chip though, I would have to be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see that happening.
That I don't like either, because like you just talk about changing arguments. I feel like for the last 7 years, we keep making up things like, well, if Bron does this, then he got to be in the top. At this point, the resume is as solidified as it's going to be.
Yeah, I feel like he's stat padding at this point.
It ain't
everything
much.
He's doing now is a stat pad, but you got to give it up. You got to give it up that he can still dominate. You know what I mean?
LeBron is an all-time great. Like, I don't understand when people don't want to acknowledge that. I'm not saying he's number 1. He's never been number 1.
I definitely don't deny that. He's top 10. I just don't put him top 5. Same thing with Duncan. Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time. You know? And you can say this though. There's always a debate with Magic and Curry. There is a debate somewhat with Jordan and Kobe. There's a debate when it comes to.
I don't think there's a
lot of people.
Jordan.
No. There's some people that say that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but those are like Kobe stands. That there's no debate between.
But what I'm saying is though, there's no A1 and A2 when it comes to the small forward discussion. It's LeBron. There's no A1, A2 discussion when it comes to Duncan, really. Like some people might say Garnett, but no.
No, you can't. Especially if they played in the same era, so you
exactly. And in the center position, there's always debate about Wilt Chamberlain or Shaquille O'Neal or sometimes Hakeem. You know what I mean? They try to say, but I think Kareem separated himself from Hakeem. But Shaq and Wilt
resume is
they you know what I mean? Those 3 always are interchangeable. So that's one thing I give LeBron. It's like you say power forward, you say LeBron. Like flat.
I think Hakeem doesn't get as much love as maybe he should get because he doesn't have the rings that these other centers have. Because you got to think, right? Shaq has 4. Kareem had 5 rings.
How many rings Wilt got?
Wilt got 2.
Wilt got 2 just like Hakeem.
Wilt got 2, but Wilt
lost a lot.
Wilt played, I believe, in 6 finals and won 2.
And he's going against Boston every time.
And he lost to the Knicks. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that stops Hakeem. I think Hakeem and Tim Duncan kind of the same thing, where they weren't like flashy players, so people overlook how great they were.
Yeah.
But we know during Tim Duncan era, Tim Duncan was Tim. You could make the debate. Tim Duncan. You could make a legitimate debate that Tim Duncan was better than Kobe during that era.
That's what I'm saying though. Like in the era, that's what I say about LeBron. Even in the Kobe era, he had to look across and be like, damn, like Duncan is there. You know what I'm saying? Like Duncan made sure, like, no. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And it was a flat out point where you
If
had to just sit there and say,
Duncan
yo,
was a
Duncan is the
flashy
best player in the
player,
game. How many MVPs Duncan got?
I believe he got two.
If Duncan had the character of Kevin Garnett, more people would say he dominated that
That's
era
a
over
fact.
Kobe. But because his personality is laid back and chill, he doesn't get the credit that his resume deserves.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking about that era,
Because he had yeah, because even Allen Iverson gets more clout. Allen I don't got no rings, but Allen I
exactly.
was like,
He got the
it was
personality.
Allen, it was Kobe, it was
Right. They got the personality.
Duncan. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Shaq. Like those were the four. You know what I mean?
Like
You
Duncan
right.
has a better resume than all of them.
Word. That's crazy. And
So
he beat more people. He like he put down more legends. He could sit
yeah.
there and say, I beat Kobe, I beat Shaq,
Mm-hmm.
I beat
Mm-hmm.
LeBron.
LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Like twice. I beat LeBron twice.
He should have
You
beat
know what I'm
Braun three
saying?
times. That Ray Allen shot
Yeah.
changed everything because he would have beat Braun 3 times.
You get what I'm saying? So you know, yo, Duncan is spooky, man. He's spooky. I ain't gonna lie. You
Shout out to
know,
Hoopballer Scoop. He says, how far up on the all-time list can Durant get?
he's gonna be between 10 and 15. He ain't gonna go further. Because he ain't never really like. He should have stayed with OKC. I think he still would have got a chip eventually. He'd have stayed with
Yeah.
OKC and got that chip. He'd be way further. But it's just the moving around, the bouncing around, and
Yeah.
him not really like he has a stigma that he's not a leader. You know what I mean? And it's like right now,
Yeah.
it's like
He
I don't
he
know,
he
like
he would need another
2 year ring. Like he
two.
needs like two rings, like two
Rings,
rings of
yeah.
him just
But
dominating in
before
the
that,
playoffs and like
he
taking
needs
over. Like he needs
MVPs.
a Kawhi Leonard type of postseason with
Yeah,
the Raptors
he
type
needs a
of.
couple of MVPs and a couple of more championships if he was to move out of that 15 range. He's probably
Yeah.
between I'll probably say between 13 and 18. He's going to be in that range. And the only way he'd be able to move up is with 2 more MVPs and 2 more rings.
And
So
that's not
basically, he's not
happening.
moving up.
Listen, I didn't say he was. I'm just getting the answer to Hoop Scoop's question.
Cortez said it's not happening. And I said
It's not
he
happening,
not moving
champ.
up.
It's not happening,
Durant, yeah.
champ.
At this point, Durant is who he is. Like we
Bradley
know
Bill
the
not
skills,
go,
but
Bradley Bill not gonna give up that
yeah,
trade clause, so they stuck
yeah.
in Phoenix right now.
Let me go back. Ray says, how did you get into battle rap?
I was just battling, rapping, trying to get a record deal. My era was really just like people would battle to try to get record deals. So I was always outside rapping, battling in the street just to get my name up. And then, I used to go to this place called the Pyramid and I did a cipher outside and I ended up doing Fight Club. Fight Club was a big thing on MTV too, where they did battle raps and stuff. And once I started doing that, I really started getting my name like known for battling in the city. Then you get called to certain events. You meet certain people that are into the battling circuit, and the people that stand out. I stood out. I was Puerto Rican, and I was nice. You know what I mean? And people also just knew me from my grind. So it just took a life of its own. It took maybe like 3-4 years of just constantly grinding, being where I needed to be. But once the cameras came on, and it was over after that.
Let me go to this one. Wait, got one more for you. Top 5 male rappers, female rappers of all time. Yes, putting you on the spot. And Eric and Trip, y'all answer this question also.
Top 5 male rappers: Big, Hove. This is my personal. I'm not gonna say like who I think is the great, like Big, Hove, Pac. Um, I mean, I put DMX for me. Um, and then damn, that's. I would put pun. I'll put pun. No. Sorry, I gotta put Eminem. I gotta put Eminem there. Just the way he put things together. His peak was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say Big, Hove, Pac.
X.
I might have to take X out of there though. I put Eminem in 50. Eminem in
Okay.
50. Females, Kim, Foxy, Lauryn Hill, um, Missy Elliott, and Nicki.
Mm.
That was not hard. That right there, like that. Those
Well,
women are
because
staples.
it's way more male rappers over the years.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's more difficult. Who you got, Eric?
I agree with the female list. The male list is dope. I agree. Big, Hove, Nas. Damn. Yeah, Big Hove, Nas. Fuck.
I kind of wilded out without saying Nas. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of wilded out without saying Nas.
Damn. It's tough because I guess since we're talking personal favorites, like Fab is always gonna be one of my personal favorites. And then shit. I'm trying to think of guys who had like a impact, like you said. Like I guess, I'm not the biggest fan, but you got to put M because that run that he had is like second to none.
Well, if you're personal, you don't have to. If you're personal,
yeah, I guess. All right, so we're talking personal. I agree with your list score. I'll just add Nas in there. I'll add Fab in there, and
who you taking off then? You taking off 50? You taking off You taking off 50? You taking off Eminem? Well, you keeping M.
No. Since it's my personal file, I agree with yours, but I'll ask them. So Big, Jay, Nas, and then I got personal favorites, Cam and Fab.
It was crazy. Cam is up there for me too.
And people forget how dope Cam was early in his career too.
Mm-hmm. SDE Cam.
Yeah, SDE.
I guess I'm gonna keep the female list the same. I guess. Yeah, I think I can't. There's nobody else I could put up there in the top 5 on the female list. So, all right, for the men, it's gonna be Hove, Big, Cole, then I'm gonna go M, and I'm gonna finish with Mos Def. That's my 5.
I was waiting for Trip to just be like Brooklyn. Well,
Cole is Brooklyn by association, so
see, look, right. Big Hole. Most definitely, he just wanted to just name everybody Brooklyn.
Come on, listen. Let's not front like Most Def not nice.
Nah, super nice,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah, he good. You know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean? He's good though.
Let me go to this question from Brandon Chambers. He said, before y'all go, I want to ask y'all the top 5 Thunder players of all time, and will Shea pass Westbrook? He's definitely passed Harden Thunder-wise.
He passed Harden.
I can say that, yeah.
I got a question for you though, for both of y'all. When he says Thunder, we're not including the Supersonics were originally the Thunder.
Oh well, you know what? You'd have to say that
in a franchise.
Because
you know what? Let's just go by Thunder players then.
The Thunder in the arena keep the history of the Supersonics, so that's why I was just wondering. But
yeah. So no, just let's.
I think Durant is still the number 1 Thunder player.
Yeah,
Durant, Westbrook, and Westbrook is really up there as a Thunder player compared to Durant because he went and got that MVP, got the triple-double season, all that.
Both of them got MVPs in OKC, so you gotta. Shea would have to get to a finals and
he needs an MVP
before he get into that top 2,
and he needs to go to the finals to even bridge with them, right? But them two was the top 2. I think Shea is 3rd. You know what I mean? Then it would be Harden, and I would give Chris Paul because Chris Paul actually like people when Chris Paul got traded to them, they thought they was gonna be dirt, and he took them to the playoffs. So
Mm.
you know he kind of saved his career and was able to go to Phoenix after that because when he got sent to OKC, he got sent to OKC to die. He
Yeah.
didn't die. You know what I'm saying?
I'm cool. I'm cool with that list. I think eventually Chet will probably wind up getting into the top 5 if he can stay healthy.
Mhm.
But I'm cool with that 5 right there.
I'm gonna
go ahead, Eric.
I'm gonna agree with the first 4 you mentioned, Core. I'm gonna take Chris Paul out, though I respect what you were saying, but Chris Paul was only there 1 season. So for me, I'm gonna put Serge Ibaka as the 5th spot because Serge was really good there with the Thunder.
Yeah. He was
Impact
though. He was integral to their whole team, like
Right.
very crucial to their team.
And like I said, he had seasons with them there. He was part of deep playoff runs. So Chris Paul was great what he did, but he was only there that 1 season, and they got bumped in the first round of playoffs. Where Serge was on some teams that went to Western Conference Finals and even went to an NBA Finals. So I would put Serge.
So let me ask you this: who y'all think the finals matchup is going to be
This year? Knicks OKC.
You Trip?
Man, wow. Jeez.
Think we could beat OKC?
It's tough.
Not if we're basing it off of the last game I just played against them.
I think the first game we
But I think in the
coulda beat
series,
them,
I
the first
think-
game we were supposed to beat them. Tibbs wore us out them last 3-4 minutes of the game. We got no
That's-
rest. We should have beat
that's
them
the
in
problem.
OKC.
That's
We should have
that's
beat them in
where
OKC. We was up
the Knicks are
14,
gonna
15
have
points.
to make some moves because I was watching a stat today and it was showing like 3-player lineups and which players logged the
And
most
it was 3
minutes.
different Nick lineups in the top. I seen it.
It
Yeah.
was like, yo,
It was like
y'all gotta
Bridges,
get some help
Hart,
for these
and
these
Brunson, Towns, and Hart, and then it
Yeah.
was like Bridges,
Y'all gotta do
Towns,
something.
and yeah, it was
'Cause
crazy.
because you talking about a young OKC team. So
Mhm.
they can do all that running and gunning like that. They're good and they're built like that because they're a younger team. With the Knicks, they need a little more depth. They need to bring
So who's the
2 pieces
finals?
over.
So who's the finals for you?
Oh man, I'm gonna go.
Watch him say some bullshit. Watch. I know you about to say some bullshit.
Nah,
He gonna be like LA and the Bucks.
Nah.
Watch, he gonna say some bullshit.
I think honestly, right now, I'm gonna say Boston, which I hate that is Boston in the East, and
Nobody's scared of Cleveland. I realize that nobody thinks
No.
Cleveland is really.
I guess
What's crazy?
OKC.
Their record is really spooky, son.
The problem is though,
tested yet. That's why
not only that,
Cleveland they're not playoff tested.
I don't think what they do can translate to the playoffs. Like when you look at last year and they won in the first round, they went to the second round. They was only playing one big, right? Mobley was hurt, so they was only playing Allen at that time. So I think what they do now can't translate because the way the NBA game is now, where everybody's spreading you out and force you to play on the perimeter, it's like a disservice for what they like to do. They like to keep the 2 bigs in and protect the paint. In a playoff series,
that's only when you play in Denver.
Right. Everybody's going to spread them out and be like, all right, come guard us out here at the perimeter. And then we're going to get driving lanes. So I don't think it works in the playoffs.
Yeah. Let me go to Pooh's question. Shout out to Pooh. She says, hey, long time fellas, thoughts on the Ball Boys new song? And he got signed to Def Jam.
My son got an $8 million deal. LiAngelo got an $8 million, and it's guaranteed 8, but it's a $13 million deal.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy. I can't even be mad. He came
I'm
a
not
long way
mad
from
at
still
that at
watching
all.
China. I'm proud of the young man.
I'm not mad at it. It's just crazy that he got the deal off a snippet of the song. Because it's just
it's everywhere though. It's everywhere.
I know. We know the power of the internet and going viral, but the fact
Do we
that
fuck with it though? Do we fuck with it? It's classic. It's classic. Like
the hook is classic.
2008.
Yeah.
Core, be real. What you thought of the bars though?
Nah, shaky, super shaky, super duper shaky.
The ball ain't gotta be this. It's about the hook being catchy.
He might have to call Core to help him out. Like some
man, we get the pen moving over here. You know what I'm saying? Ghost call, man. You know what I'm saying?
We might need to put that call in and see what's going on. Let me. Tyson says, where should Jimmy Butler be traded to? And is he still that good?
He's good for the
He can be.
playoffs. He might
Yeah.
have 1 or 2 seasons, but at 60 million or the 55 million, Pat Riley's like, you're bugging. And I
Yeah.
understand that. But Pat Riley also be doing dudes dirty after he can't use you no more. So it's a gift and a curse because there's a lot of bums in the league that got great contracts. And Jimmy Butler's like, well, why I can't get it then? You know what I'm saying? But it would just really hinder the Heat team. But I think Jimmy Butler needed to go anyway. Once they didn't get Damian Lillard, once they didn't like really make the moves
Yeah,
in
it's
free
time.
agency and stuff to get the team better. Jimmy
They gotta
Butler's
start
looking at it like,
rebuilding.
why am I gonna run myself down to put it all on my shoulders because you don't want to get me no help? So I
Yeah.
think it's time for him to leave. I hear people saying Phoenix, and I understand Phoenix is a good spot, but I just don't like that. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I feel like
Yeah.
Bradley Beal. I felt like once they went for Bradley Beal originally, they sealed their fate. You know,
Well,
Butler could be good with the Spurs. I like the Spurs. They have a good young squad, bro.
yeah, but I don't
If
I
you
don't know if
really
they want
pay
his
attention,
attitude around Wembanyama.
I mean, I think he'll invigorate and
If
unlock
Pop was
Wemby. I
coaching,
think he'll unlock
I
Wemby.
think
Him and Chris
it will be
Paul,
easier
they
to
be some
transition.
dogs. Like, yo, bro, take this rock, bust his ass. Cause Chris Paul talk that shit too, and then he'll talk it.
Yeah.
It be some older veterans. They ain't gonna be around him for too long. They'll be only gonna be around him for a season or two,
Yeah, but
and
Jimmy
they
Give him a
want
get him
Jimmy
little
and
want
they
that
get
play.
him they
bag.
get him playoff tested,
Jimmy,
huh?
remember, Jimmy want to get traded because he want that bag. He don't want to just get traded because he
Yeah.
want out of Miami. He wants that money. So
I
wherever he
think he'll play
go,
good too.
I
I ain't gonna lie, this team is a little spooky. Like we don't match up good with them at all. Atlanta.
Atlanta's
Atlanta
tough. I
is
like Atlanta's roster.
Atlanta is
I
low
like their
key
roster.
tough. And
I
if
like their
Jimmy went
roster.
to Atlanta,
Yeah, but it all depends on what they would have to give up for him.
I
That's the other
know.
part of it.
Cause they
Yeah.
got a good young core. They got a
Yeah,
good young
they're gonna
core.
have to
They
give
might
up
not
about
want to
three or
mess with
four.
that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to give up about 3 or 4 young dudes to make the salary work. Like even Jimmy, we was talking about like where could he go? He wants the money. We know, like Phoenix only makes sense if you trade in Bradley Beal because they can't fit
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler on that roster, and Jimmy
No.
and Bradley Beal got a no trade clause. So
Yeah,
Jimmy
that's what I'm saying. He
Bradley,
not giving that
yeah,
up. He not gonna
he's
go
not
to
giving that up.
Miami.
Yeah, he not leaving to go over there, and I don't think Pat want him anyway.
I
Um,
don't I think he's not good in Houston. He said he would do Houston too, but I don't think Houston needs him.
I like him in
No.
Houston. I like him in Houston though. With Adoka as the coach, and they got some young dudes, and he would be the guy. They got other young dudes, but he would be the guy. He
Yeah.
getting all the shots late in the game. He's the closer for them. So
But
I
I
like
feel
him in
like he'll
Houston.
just be in Miami all over again. It's not like he's gonna get
Nah,
a
they got
deep
a good
playoff
young
run with
team.
them.
I think they fourth in the West right now.
Yeah, they are. They get good. I just don't see them as a threat. Grizzlies are interested in Memphis.
Yeah,
Him and
it all
Ja with
depends
Jared Jackson Jr.
They
what they
probably
got to
got to
give
give
up
away
though.
Jared Jackson, though, right?
Yeah, I'll say that's the
Oh,
thing. You
then
might
nah, you
play.
can't. We ain't doing that. It's not.
Or give
Unfair.
away what's their guard? What's the point guard? Not John Morant. The shooting guard, Baines. Would you give up Baines?
Yeah, I would.
You probably would. How you got to.
I
If you
would
got,
give
if
up
you got
Baines
to go
If you might,
somebody, you gotta go.
yeah, but let me ask you though, if you
Yo, champ.
Miami,
Yeah.
if you Miami, how does that help you? Because you already got Tyler Hero. So what am I doing with Baines?
Listen. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Pat Riley. That's the reason why Pat Riley's really, really looking at it like, yo, what can I get for you? I can't get nothing for you because he's
Yeah,
Well,
gonna look at it that way.
we gonna
Can't
see. We
get
got
nothing for you, champ.
yeah, because Pat
about
is
a
not
month.
going to rebuild. Pat Riley's not trying to rebuild. He's trying to make a move so they can
No.
get back quick.
Pat about to send that
Yeah.
nigga to Toronto for quickly
For quickly and
3 picks.
RJ.
Yeah.
Quickly RJ 3 picks. Like, all right.
I'm telling you, about to pack him up to Toronto, son. Watch.
I hope not. That would be crazy. Oh, Core, are you booked to battle again?
Not yet. No, not yet. I'm like I said, I'm waiting for this battle to drop, and then
Oh,
we're
because
gonna
then
spin the
the
block. There's calls, but it's just
price
not.
will go up after the battle drops.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we're gonna keep you updated when Core is ready to get back in the ring. Core, I got you on air. I want to shout you. I appreciate you. If y'all don't know already, Core has actually been a big part of my show Code 187. So I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to give Cortez, you know what I'm saying, his flowers while he's here, because for his stature, he don't have to do that. And he be more invested sometimes than the people that I, you know, that is like, yo, we hardcore want to be actors. Cole come on set and he like, nah, let's do it this way. It's a little bit more, you know, we got like he be really involved. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want to tell you I appreciate you, bro. For that. If y'all haven't already seen him on Code 187, it's on YouTube right now.
Dope. Super dope. Y'all make sure y'all tap in.
So definitely. With that being said, Cole, you want to give us a final thought?
Listen, man, be you. 2025, that's what I'm gonna tell people. Be you. Because I'm gonna be me and I'm gonna do me all 2025. You heard?
Alrighty, Eric, final thought.
As always, man, shout out to all the supporters. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Core for taking the time, man, and rocking with us. I know your schedule's busy, but we greatly appreciate it, man. You always showed us a lot of love, man. And
you ready, bro?
Yeah, man. And listen, man, like we always tell the people, Trip, stay locked in. We got some things coming in the works. We got some things ready and set up. So, you know, tune in. We greatly appreciate it.
My guys, y'all stay safe. You heard?
Likewise, my brother.
My guys.
For myself, Trip Young, my co-host Eric, aka Legend in 2 Games, and of course Cortez. We up out of here. Peace.
This is Deion Grant from the New York Giants, Super Bowl champ, and you're watching Real Fans, Real Talk.
Live from the can. Buy the can.
This is Real Fans, Real Talk. Real fans, real talk. We as real as you thought. Real fans.